What's up guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll have another look into the Solana price chart as we have an update on our $258 price target. Also we want to have a look into the question if this one right here was the bottom of the correction. So I would say let's get straight into this. You may remember that in the last update we actually were back in the rectangle here. That is where we have dipped slightly below it but then bounced back up, and that is also here where I have opened my position. I will put it on the screen. Currently it's about 18% in the profits. Then the next day we dipped below this rectangle, and therefore because we are in the second half of the rectangle, that means that this was the day right here where our price target got invalidated. I mean, we shoot back up and right now we are back in, but just from the balance of probability it's a 90% chance that we are not hitting the price target within this time window. I mean, that is another 3 days. You know, it's possible that Solana will increase about 17% in the next 3 days. Everything's possible in crypto, you know that, but just from the likelihood, it's very unlikely, and therefore I will also delete this target. But that doesn't mean that we will never go to this price target. That only means that we have the very high likelihood of not going there within the time frame that I just deleted. But also, let's just assume that we will move higher from here. Okay, probably not like this, but let's assume that we will move higher from here, and at some point we are breaking this high, which I think is likely, but we will get into this in a second. But let's assume this happens, then a new price target will be activated. Right now, of course, we don't know exactly when this will be, and therefore we don't know the exact time frame. But let's first of all make this blue again. But let's see where this price target here would take us to, because this would take us to 300. Yeah, it's not exactly, but about 315. So this would be a new all-time high that we were looking at, and that right now, just speculation, not active. It will only be active once we are breaking above the recent high that we have made. And right now let's have a quick look here how likely it is that we are going there. Currently, in general, we have to say that the bulls are in control in the general market. You know, Bitcoin is above the 112k level. That is in general a bullish sign. We are also directly currently right above the next resistance level at 115.8k, currently battling here with the recent high that we have made in Bitcoin. But currently Bitcoin is bullish, the bulls are in control, and also the same is counting for Solana. You know, in Solana the level that is the 112k level in Bitcoin, in Solana is this one right here, the 200 and let's round this number, 210 level. And you may remember that we have talked about this all of the time right here, that we need to break this level, and once we are doing this, then potentially momentum will follow, and then we are about to see a bigger increase. And we had this, and I still think that this is still true. So that means that it is likely that when we are closing like this, that we will see some follow through, and then this will potentially then also bring us here back into our main resistance zone where we lately got rejected from. So that is currently what I'm watching out for. Still, if this candle is closing like this, it can happen that we have something like this, so that we revert down below the 210 level. I think currently this is unlikely, as in Bitcoin we are above the 112k level. So for me right now, the highest likelihood is that the bulls are back in control and that we are moving higher here to our next resistance level, which is between 238 and 248. And that is of course then the next level where we want to see some strength. And personally, I am taking a look into the RSI to see if we are getting there. So if the move has some strength, if the move has some momentum, and of course we can see right here a nice move to the upside, but we want to see some follow through, not only in the price but also in the momentum. You can see right here, let me put the line in the chart. so that from this high to this high we have formed a bearish divergence, therefore we got rejected, moved lower, and right now of course what we want to see is that we are about to move higher here to break this trend line in the RSI, and also then to make a higher high in the RSI when, okay, I can't do this, but when we are hitting this high. So we don't want to continue with the bearish divergence, we want to see some more strength in here. So that is also what I'm currently keeping my eyes on. And also I think in the last video, in the last update, we didn't had this, but also with this move to the downside right here, where we have broken back below the 210 level, that is also, so with this move, we also formed some hidden bullish divergence. So you can see right here, a lower RSI while we are having a higher price. So the low is higher, and that is normally speaking for a trend continuation. And currently it looks like that we are about to get this. So yeah, currently let's see how this is playing out. You know exactly right now what I'm currently looking for. I think the highest likelihood is that we are continuing this bullish move at least here to the 238, 248 levels, and then we need to see where is the RSI, do we have some strengths, do we build some momentum, or are we weak again and will potentially get another rejection. Potentially on the way we will also get another entry point. But as always guys, in case there are any updates, you know that I will upload a new video, so make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss this. And also in case you have any questions, feel free to post them down in the comments. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.